Hey traders, welcome to the weekly candle close stream. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you had a good weekend. I was having a great weekend until, whoops, looks like I'm sick. Yeah, like feverish and all that stuff. Great. So, what are you gonna do, man? So we soldier on, and we're gonna look at the charts now. All right. So here's your weekly on Bitcoin. If you can remember, weeks ago, we tested and held the previous cycle top. For now, at this level, we were showing classic bullish divergence. Here it is. Okay, so I mean, haven't seen positive momentum since April. Is that coming or no? Like, yeah, hey, we're getting close to neutral and negative Momo builds, or are we about to start busting out and doing things? You know, it's a good question, man. Like, what about this 200-week moving average we got going on? You know, like, we were above it. We closed above it for the first time since June last week, and it seems as though after breaking it, we're back testing it as support. That's actually happening right now, so rejoice. At least a little bit. You know, there's not much to celebrate these days in crypto since, you know, the whole collapse that's been going on for over half a year now. But cool, dude. So that's great, and good news looking left is not much there to really stop you if market participants will it to go higher, straight up, straight down. Why not straight up again? It could happen. You go to 28,800, you're still in a bear market. I mean, discernible swing highs on the weekly. Dude, we're talking like 42 to 47K. So you can make a rally here, hit 28.8, test it as resistance for the first time in human history on the weekly, and then roll over later, and then eventually we see 14K in November or something. But I'm just saying, right, if you're above this level, that's any day above 19,891 is great. Any day you hold that support resistance, it was the first time we ever regarded it as support, so that's nice.
Get better and drink plenty of water. Thanks for reporting and helping us understand patterns and trends and harmonic patterns. Can you give your thoughts on Troy/USDT, weekly and 4HR?
Thank you, Mr. Chicken Dude. I'm surprised somebody beat Kush Blunts to the first request. You normally always request Post Malone Dogechain coin. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. All right, so you know, we're just keeping soldiering on right here, man. Yeah, I appreciate the get wellness stuff. Sucks, dude. I was like gonna go play some putt and do some other cool stuff tonight. Now I'm just like probably gonna get in bed and do nothing. Order room service. So you'd imagine if the TA is respected to some degree, I mean, it's really the equities market holding the show up, man. Like, if the equities market starts rolling over, I'm pretty worried about it because it doesn't look good. It looks like it's set up. Same chart, 1937, 2001, 2008. Same thing. You just went on this little bear market rally, and it's coming to a close, coming to an end soon. That's just there's no way crypto does well if that happens or when that happens. So you're maybe running out of time. Maybe you end up making triple MACD bullish divergence, right? One more valley on lower lows. God, you know, that's always possible. Right? I just know we got resolution coming, right? Because anytime you get this close to neutral, you either start building positive momentum on higher prices, or you start building that negative momentum again and dumping, right, once more. But it's cool to see the 200-week moving average being back tested as support. Gotta love that. Last time we did that was the way back here, man. You had to go to the COVID crash low. You fell below it. You didn't really even back test it. Not really. Yeah, so I guess maybe you go back to 2015 or something. So cool. All right. That's Bitcoin on the weekly. Let's look at Ethereum. That is just, wow, what a love tap today. Again, 2 weeks in a row of testing 1730, 1729, right? 1729, a very real level that we know historically. Number only go 1936 if you break it for real. You haven't broken it. You just tested again. Cool story on Ethereum's weekly histogram. It's your first level of positive momentum this week since April 11th. It's awesome, man. So okay, let's catch some fall through. Let's make it a large histogram island, you know, over time. But nice start, I guess. But no breakout, no break above the levels, right? When you broke 1420, we know up, down, down, and then up. So the question is, can we break it? It's going to be reliant on Bitcoin's performance as well as the index funds, okay, this week. Good news on Ethereum, you know, if you're looking at like the 4-hour, we got that wedge developing. You know, it's just kind of really unfortunate, man. I mean, this is such a real level. You understand now. If you didn't believe it here, it was so real, right? Maybe you understood it on August 6th, yesterday. No, you understand today how real it is, maybe. Understand now, Larry? God, it's just like this unbreakable wall of sellers here, and just an unfortunate occurrence. You couldn't break it. You know, you were on breakout watch earlier today, but as you can see, of course, right? We're in power hour. We're in power hour with all caps because it's the last 60 minutes of the week before a new candle begins, right? So it's just, of course, you're going to get price action every day. That's the way it works now, I guess. It's like just a set in stone. All right. So no breakout. Just, in fact, just testing the resistance, not once, but maybe twice, thrice. As resistance again. Support as resistance. Ugh. Okay. So no breakout. It was close, but you got to pay attention and remain cautious until we really break that level with some resounding price action, maybe volume, because we know above this level, boom, 13 to 15% upside fast, really, really fast. How do we know that? Not our feelings, just based on historical price action above 1730, going all the way back to, you know, 2021, up, down, right? Not always, you know, you go straight up to 1934, down, up, down, up, down, up. I mean, that's all it is, man. So no breakout on Ethereum, but maybe give it time because the weekly looks all right, looks okay. BNB, what a winner, man. Up 2.6% today. Remember that we identified this yesterday, a bearish bat pattern as pattern completion zone. This and bearish divergence on the 4-hour. So could completely understand why a reaction could occur, or maybe it just pulls back a little bit, you know, even just to make a higher low. But this combination of variables isn't too bad. This is exactly what index funds are doing, kind of. Not all of them, but like, you know, Dow Jones doing this. It's like in a downtrend, and then it runs to make a deep, very, very, the deepest retrace, right, from its previous high to low, right? And I'll just show you real quick. It's kind of uncanny, isn't it? You see BNB, and then you go to Dow Jones. Bro, are you kidding? Like, it's like the same picture. Am I wrong here? Am I crazy? Or is that, yeah, that kind of makes sense. In a downtrend, making the deep value perceived areas for shorts, hitting a supply line. You know, I know BNB broke its supply line, but it's just interesting here, you know, where you are. Yeah. So no reaction really yet. I mean, maybe that was a reaction, but you're still just hanging on, man. You'd see a pullback of some sorts if you were going to make a 23% to 38% retrace. If it was a true reaction, you haven't done that yet. So that's why I'm just still balls on my feet. If you care about 886s, Fibonacci, supply lines, deep retraces, trend prevailing stuff, you are definitely paying attention to these markets coming up this week, because it's not a joke, man. All right, not a joke. This is where it all could come to a screeching halt. All right, I mean, I'm sure there were other times, you know, on the Dow Jones and its bear trends before it, right? Let's go back to 2008 if you want to. Was there ever I don't think there was ever an 886 though, right? Was there ever an 886? Doesn't look like it, you know. Things were pretty bad, right? I mean, yeah, never. You never got an 886, man. Never.
Pay my dues. Keep it a Mitch. Victory ahead.
What's up, Todd, man? Thanks for the 5 super chat. Appreciate it, dude. Much love. Support and stream, dude. All right, I'm in a foreign land. Not too foreign, but still. Yeah, man, all the retraces were pathetic here in 08. But, yeah. Anyway, we're just showing you the 886 from BNB to the Dow Jones. Pretty cool. Let's keep it going on these BNB again, and look at the weekly, because that weekly's closing on this one. You want to be informed, right, of what's happening. Here, I'll show you. Here's your BNB weekly. Where are we? Oh my God. Here it is. How about that, right? I mean, isn't this like kind of what TA is, right? Where levels exist, they're created, and then history happens, and then you test those levels later down the road, and then you hold them, and then you hold them, and sellers relent, and then buyers step in, and then they push the price up, you know, from those levels. You know, this thing's up 50% in less than a month, about a month, but and a little bit more upside to 350 probably. You know, you'd think that's all it does, right? Well, it's doing it again. Can you? I mean, I don't know if how you can't believe this. I mean, this is the most believable thing a chart could ever do. Historically, it goes up and down, and that's what we were talking about here. It went straight down, and then it went straight up, and then it went straight down, and now it's going straight up again. It's just so crazy, man. So hopefully it hits 350.
This one's for you. Have one on me, sir, and have a great time.
I mean, the great time's kind of over now, unfortunately. I've made some decent money playing poker a few nights. Got to go out, do some stuff last night. It was fun. Now kind of coming back to reality, being now sick, which sucks, dude. And I think it's just only beginning, kind of, you know? It's like yesterday was like incubation for whatever I got. You know, I kind of knew something was off, and now I'm like, yeah, full on feeling it today, kind of feverish, so it kind of sucks a lot. Feel tender and weak, you know.
Harmons, hope you are feeling well. Can we please look at Sklis Kings?
You say SKL, yeah, we'll look at that. Thanks, man. All right, Kings, appreciate that a lot. Struggling through, man. All right, each chart, we're working on it. Okay, so after BNB, what are the XRP? That again, it's just your old underperformer. And it can't even catch COVID. You know, it can't, dude. It's just like, okay, you just saw BNB. BNB had almost the identical setup where inflection point, held inflection point, divergence. BNB's up 50%. I didn't even measure from the wick low. I just measured from the candle body low to the top. This thing's up 28, or it was up 28% at its high, right? And it's up only like 20% now. It's such a massive underperformer. I don't care what you're talking about with the technology or the world events occurring, man. This is a technical analysis channel. This is not a Rudy Poo crypto fundamental Beanie Baby channel, okay, where we talk about the use case and what it's going to do and a cataclysm coming. I'm talking about price action and performance percentage-wise relative to other cryptos. So it's like, hey man, putting your money in this is like kind of cucking yourself, right? Like you could have your money somewhere else and it does better almost always. That's all it does, is do better than this. That's it. That's what this channel's about, nothing else. Okay, so you could have your money in BNB or Ethereum, possibly even Bitcoin, and it's going to do better than XRP. That's like empirical evidence based on the history gives us that information, right? But yeah, great, dude. It's above 32.5 cents.
Speaking of poker, what were some of your best hands you had when playing and busting other players?
Straights. Oh my god, dude. Like, oh my, dude. I busted multiple people having an open-ended straight draw, and then on that river, or I'm sorry, on that turn, boom, there was my money card, and I had position, so they bet. I raised, they called, and then the river came, and it was like a nothing burger, and then they bet, and I said on one of them, you can ask Coffee, and he was there that night, I said, I will put you all in. I didn't say all in, I said, I looked at his stack and said, I'll put you all in, and he insta-called, and I'm like, nuts, flipped it, he rage quit, he walked out, so that was probably one of my favorite hands. Also, one of my biggest hands a couple nights ago was bluffing. Like, oh my god, this guy who likes Widespread Panic too. I was wearing a Widespread Panic shirt. Yeah, I just bluffed the crap out of him. Like, I didn't have anything, but the pot was huge. But that's what you get. You get that. You earn that when you play tight all night. You can, you know, people don't want to mess with you. So I represented, I had it, and he folded after the river. So, because he bet heavy and then I went all in. And it would have put him all in too, and he just folded. So anyway, thanks, dude. There's XRP. Now we'll go to Cardano. Cardano was doing some pretty cool stuff today. Of course, it's not anymore. It was on breakout watch, just like Ethereum, but fail. Sorry, dude. You just can't. My God, dude, look at that, though, right? 886. Look at the. It's just like everything's there, but this is just like XRP. Unfortunately, for being such a large crypto market cap coin, it's a massive underperformer. It just does. I can't help that, dude. Right? We just looked at BNB. BNB's up 50%, and I'm just being really nice here, going from the wick low, unlike BNB, to where you are now. You're up like 25%, 84 days, and again, BNB's up 50% in 28 days. You get it, right? It, compared to others, it's trash. Doesn't mean it can't rally at any time like the macro can, but it's trash. But it's cool, though, looking at the weekly, starting it with that, because I kind of forgot that it had this magnificent looking bullish shark pattern right here, pretty much at its pattern completion zone. Didn't quite hit it yet. And the seller exhaustion, near a level that's pretty critical from 2018. All right, so still below that 200-week moving average on Cardano, and then we go to this is what I was talking about, not the daily. It was the 4-hour, and it was this one. Here it was. Yeah, if you could break 53 cents, okay, from June 12th and June 15th, that you failed. Oh my God. And now you're testing it once again. Give me a break, man. How many times? You think eventually it's going to break it, and if it does, I'm thinking nothing makes sense until 60 cents, because the price action literally is only, since you crashed in May, only down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Why would it not go up? It would. High probability it would go to 60 cents if it broke this level for real, but it hasn't for real. It went up, tested it, and began another false breakout, and then Bitcoin rolls over or just kind of pulls back in the last 60 minutes of trading of the week and the day, and these altcoins are going to be negatively affected by that pullback on Bitcoin, where Bitcoin at its high point today, we saw $23,403, and now you're $23,100. Same price you were at on Friday, dude. What a joke, man. You were the same price you were at August 22nd, man. Right? Well, no, sorry. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I have limited monitors. August 1st, the beginning of the month, not 22nd. That hasn't happened yet. I feel like Crypto Hoarder, saying something from tomorrow in the Discord. Okay, so there's your Cardano breakout watch, but no breakout yet. So have your alert set up. Put it back above 53.5 cents, because if you hear a beep on Cardano any time of your life, wherever you are in the world, you'll be knowing, hey, some breakout is attempted breakout. Not real breakout, but an attempted breakout is occurring when you hear that beep. Set it up, Larry. Set it up. It's all about that candle high close from June 12th at the same time as June 15th, okay? And historical price action looking left above that. Straight up. 60 cents. So what does that mean? If it ever broke out, which it hasn't, and may never break out. Do you get that? Do you hear me talking to you right now? It may never break out, because we don't know if it will break out. Not making calls. If it did break out, though, for real, its upside potential would be about 14%. Okay, just getting that out of the way. Just letting you know. Nice higher lows here. Sell wall, higher lows. Okay, not bad. Whew. Okay. Cardano, and then I believe it's Doge after that or something. I don't even remember anymore, dude. Doge, loser, massive loser. Throw it in the larger crypto market cap coins that underperforms like trash, right? It's the XRP and Cardano of the world. It just doesn't do well compared to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. It just doesn't. Now, if you compare it to Cardano and XRP, it's recently, I guess, since the summer started, it's about the same performance. So whatever. Can't make a higher high to save its life, but it's making higher lows. So what is that? Price contraction. Very neutral structure developing, right? You have lower highs but higher lows. Neutral. Get your coin out and start flipping it on Doge, dude. No telling. Even if Bitcoin rallies, it doesn't look like Doge is even going to be able to get enough bids to take it to where it needs to go or where it would go. That's how bad of a performer it is. So I wouldn't touch this crap. And the only way it's going to rally is probably Elon saying something about Doge. Like, that's it, man. Wow, that's a real nice thing to trade or own. Yeah, that you have to rely on one of the richest guys on the planet to tweet about a meme, a joke, right? No thanks. Okay, and it's not even like at these crazy deep reset levels, you know. It's not, hey, 98% retrace, bro, at an inflection. It's not even at those points. So it's like, man, downside would be so much more, and I wouldn't even care, right? I mean, like, yeah, maybe down here it might take a shot. It's not even, dude, Shiba is 10 times better of a setup than Doge right now, man. 10 times better. And we're talking about the technicals, not my feelings, not fundamentals. They're both pretty much scams. They're joke scams, but hey, trader's market, so scams can pump. Okay. Doge. Oh, forgot. Sorry. Solana. Ooh, the Solana Moonboy is going to be so offended I looked at Doge first. This one's fine, above 37.37. I like it above the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. I like it making higher lows. It just, yeah, like this is it was getting some price action, and then Bitcoin does its thing, and then now it's only up 1% on the day, when at one time it was up probably 3+%. That happens, man. This is the macro. That's Bitcoin. Bitcoin owns Sol. It owns just about everything. So I think you're safe above 37.37 for 42.70. If you break 42.70, then probably 48.62. That's it. I guess we can look at the weekly on Sol. Nothing on the weekly really stuck out to me on Sol that was great. You know, it didn't even really, I mean, I guess it tested a candle low close from July 12th, but it didn't test the low from May 24th nor the zone. I don't know, man. It's below resistance, so it's really not that great. You know, it's showing positive momentum, so that's good. It could build, and higher prices could be in store for it, but it's not going to be because Sol's a good project. It's going to be because Bitcoin rallied. And other alts too, right? So there's your Sol. Okay, so oh man, I'm like, you know that feeling, that feverish fatigue, aching, tender feeling? That's me right now, chat. I'm sorry. Sorry, dude. Here's your dot. That was, you know, one of our favorites based on technicals only, nothing else. Don't care about dot, don't care about the platform, but it's a good project. Doesn't matter. Project doesn't matter. What matters is what it's doing, what its price action is doing to key levels from history. That's what matters more than anything. So you show the divergence, you continue showing divergence, you back tested it, you broke the resistance, the supply line, held support, and you're above 828. If you're above 828, I think you've got a good chance of seeing 1040, and that's where you'd be swinging for anyway. That is where you'd be like if you were long on dot when you identified the spring back test and the nice green candle on the 27th, you'd be waiting for 1040 to 1060. What's up, Bullish Wooly? Thanks for the 20, dude. Thank you, dude. I'm not feeling down. I'm feeling literally like physically sick. Like, oh, there's a virus or a bacterial infection inside of my body right now. I'm mentally, I feel wonderful, dude. Like, it's been such a great trip so far. Like, I can't even believe how good it's gone so far. Like, wow. But it's just kind of disappointing that, you know, this is life, man. This is life. You kind of, you know, hey, man, I work from home. You know, I'm not going out and being around thousands of people every day, and then sometimes you do that, like you go to a casino that's huge and really crowded, and you're playing poker, you're touching cards, you're doing things, and then boom, you contract something, and that's what happens, man. It's all good.
You ever had COVID? It get easier after the third time. Good luck.
I don't really know. I mean, I think I did, but I never took a test. I don't really care. I'm an able-bodied, young adult, and I will be fine. It's just right now it's kind of rough, and it's just like kind of the beginning of it. Okay, no big deal. Thank you for the 5, and thank you for asking about my medical history. You know, that's when I draw the line. Hey man, remember HIPAA, and remember like no one caring about your medical history or it being like taboo, and now everyone's like, are you vaccinated, man? Did you get COVID, man? Tell me about your tax returns, bro. All that stuff. Thanks, dude. So anyway, dot, wonderful. Since the 27th, it's been wonderful. And now we can look at the weekly because the weekly's closing, so you can see it. Wow, look at those buyers coming in, right? Oh no, it wasn't good. 771 low of the week, and then we're closing right about where we closed last week And if it closes like this, then it'd be the highest weekly close since May 30th. I think that's exceptional. And you can understand, right, why the target would be around the $10 area, 1040 to 1060. Because history tells us straight up, down, very thin order book, down, why not up? Bullish divergence is playing out, positive momentum's building. You held support, resistance as support for a while, for over a month. And yeah, like, why not? Okay, so good stuff. Remember, these assets have been absolutely massacred, destroyed, taken to the cleaners. Moon boys, homeless, working at McDonald's, and they're, you know, whatever. They're not here anymore. They're gone. They sold low. So these are lower risk areas for longs on significant time scales. And you could understand why, right? What we know about 886s and full resets and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so nice. That's your dot, dude. That's your dot. Beautiful. Okay. So, what was under dot, man? What was under dot? I can't remember. I don't think it matters as much. We can just start looking at assets that are doing. You got to see algo. Okay. Yeah. Oh no, it pulled back. Yeah, I know it sucks. Thanks, Bitcoin. You got to see this though on the weekly. This isn't a joke, dude. This is like ridiculous on the weekly.
Hey yo Mitch, hope you start feeling well soon. Would you have a look at Hedron, HTRN? Thanks Kang. 0.011805005 ETH.
Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna look at Troy after this. Sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to do like my own thing, but yeah, we'll look at the request. I just need you to see this on the weekly on Algorand. Okay, weekly. It held levels. Okay, very real levels, especially on the daily. There's a weekly high from December 2019's first time ever, and then I see price action correlation there, and you're breaking that. As of not last week, not the week before, but literally this week, okay? Bullish engulfing candle on the weekly confirmed in 22 minutes. It'll be the highest weekly candle close on Algo since May 30th. And you could understand, you know, besides a couple times, the price action you receive above this 34.67 cent weekly area, right? You can kind of see it. Very thin order book. So use your imagination if like Bitcoin was to just not collapse and we weren't going to get like bear market 2008 stuff, like, you know, or whatever, 2001. If that just kind of, if we hang on for a little bit longer and don't collapse, then these altcoins, man, what they're doing is just something you shouldn't ignore. I mean, you don't have to take a long on it, but hey, if you're not going to take a long on it, maybe watch these and understand like, hey dude, the asset lost 90% of its value from its previous low, and it still ended up from November 2020 to June of 2022. It made a higher low, not much, but it did. That you can't ignore a slightly higher low. So a low, the higher low, now a slightly higher low again, holding supports, pivoting off some divergence, building positive momentum, and breaking a level here on the weekly. I'm just saying, right? Doesn't mean it's going to go to 67 cents. Doesn't mean it's going to go to 46.6 cents, a weekly high from February 2020. But it just, all I can say is, right, don't you think it's a higher risk to maybe be going short here than going long? Just, you know, for the sake of argument, right? Wouldn't you agree? It kind of might be, you might be a little limited on selling, right? Since, you know, the asset only lost all its value, right? It only, you know, dumped and lost 90% of its value in 200 days, you know, and finally just leveling out here. You think, oh yeah, dude, there's so much more downside. There's not. There's just limited downside. So if you're not going to long it, you probably don't want to be going net short on this thing, right? At this, if you're going short now, what the were you doing for 217 days, man? Let me ask you that. What were you doing? You were probably buying. You were probably buying up here if you're going short now. Doesn't mean it can't dump further. Just saying, man, it's probabilities, and keep looking at charts and keep shorting assets when they've already lost 90% of their value in 200 days. See how it goes, man. Oof. Yeah, let's look at Troy. Oh my God. Troy, I don't think I've ever looked at this on the weekly in my life, man. All right, all right. Let me just let me clean it up for the weekly. We can just do a fresh start on this one. Oh God, I was gonna change it to French. Okay, so clearly, right? If you look at something like Troy, kind of ludicrous to be like, I can't wait to go short on Troy. When were you like, you know, like going short on an asset that hit this level from 2020 and 2021? You know, a zone here. Sorry, I'm a little sluggish, man. All right, so like, hey, historical price action only between these levels, up and down, right? 8.5 of 1 cent maybe could be your target if the divergence was to play out. Remember, this is a form of triple bullish divergence on the MACD histogram. Look, a low, the lower low, and the lower low, right? So, you know, if that, say that was to play out, you can't be that surprised if eventually that this next level is achieved, right? Kind of hard to think that.
Thanks for the Sunday stream, Mitch. Evening traders, clinking beer mugs, 0.00022000 BTC.
Oh, thank you, Stuart, man, for the BTC contribution.
Doing things.
Dang, man. Yeah, well.
Gunther tipped $25. Hex weekly think man.
Nice, nice V-chain doing things. Trigger, man, that was nice. It's been a while, right? Been a while. Yeah, we'll look at Hex, and I owe a chug, but I'll do it not today, man. I'm sick of the dog, so it's just bad timing. I would have done it so fast, man, if I wasn't feeling like this. But thanks, dude. Yeah, Hex.
Feel better, man. GWS.
So, Smotherland, thanks for the contribution. And the wellness check, or whatever, the wellness wishes. So, simplistically, looking at this chart, you get it? I mean, maybe it comes down for a second test, but, you know, it's like lower risk down here. And then up here is when you get the F out. You know, if it ever ran up there and you were long on this, you'd just be exiting probably there because it's going to make a lower high and roll over again later. But yeah, man, the variables are there for this, just like others out there in this space. Okay. Let's see here. We had, is it FTM next or SKL? Tyler, you were off, right? It was a 1382 super check. Get wrecked. It's gotta be 15, remember? Oh my god. And before you're like, oh my god, give me a break. It's like, I'd have to give everyone a break if I did that. Like, for real. What am I supposed to do, you know?
Hey Mitch, can you take a look at LRC/used, daily and weekly, Coinbase?
Yes, we'll look at that. Thank you so much. GTX, thank you, dude. Alright, y'all just bear with me. I'm trying to keep it together. Keeping it together, man. Alright, here's your FTM on the weekly. Yes, absolutely incredible. Looking at this earlier. Look at this, man. I mean, this is not a joke. It's real. It's a level that held. Now, it didn't have any sort of bullish divergence here, but the order book, right? It's a lot of up and down here, so you just can't be surprised if these things go... something like this goes berserk, right? I mean, at least to a minimum of just maybe this weekly candle high close from 44.83 cents. Maybe, right? So more upside there, but above that, Mother of God, it's only up and down. Never anything else, right? So from here on FTM on the weekly that you requested, there's still about 20% upside, but if it ever broke 44.8 cents, you got 138% upside based on historical price action. Okay, wow. There's your FTM. Bullish woolly, man. All right, I mean, if you want to look at, yeah, this thing already broke out. All right, of its channel, I thought it was pretty cool looking. It's above like all these levels, and I still think there's 20% upside from here to this high from, you know, on the weekly we identified, and it lines up pretty well right here on the daily. Look at that. That's your target from here. If you were in lower, you'd be waiting for at least to take a little profit at 44.8 cents. But if it ever broke that, remember 136% upside on FTM, because history tells us, not my feelings. I'm not targeting for that. I'm telling you what price action does above 44.8 cents. Okay. Whew. Okay. HDRN. HDRN. On Uniswap, I guess. Hedron Connect. Been here before, man. You got a little bit more upside, it would seem. Not much though, right? 17,066 whatevers. Okay, I'm not even gonna entertain you with trying to, oh, it's like 1/10,000th or 1/1000th of a penny. I don't know. It's worthless, but hey, it's according to the levels, maybe a little bit more upside. It's been in a nice uptrend, clearly, you know, since it bottomed out. Something like this going on. There you go. Yeah, so you got, maybe you go up here to this 18,000 level. See, supply line, as well as the horizontal line resistance from March 2022 and May of 2022. If you ever broke that, though, that's where things get really interesting on Hedron, where you go to 32,616. It's like if you ever broke this next inflection point that is upon you soon, you got about 90% upside, right, based on historical price action correlation to the levels. And that's all I got for you on Hedron, man. Okay, soon approaching an inflection point where I have no idea if it's going to break. I never do. And if it does, wow. But this is exactly where a reversal could occur. But if it reverses, all you got to do is make a higher low than the low, you know, from before you, around 87.38. Right, there's a little zone of inflection. You can clearly see it. You just hold that, hold above that, you're safe. On this one, the little uptrend can continue. All right. Ooh. Hex Weekly, man. All right, Hex Weekly. It's the weekly. It's the Hex. Looks great, man. Right? Resolution's coming. I mean, massive bullish divergence, just like many other things on this market, right? Seller exhaustion at an inflection point. You're about to go positive, or you're about to start building massive negative momentum again, right? That's what happens when you get that close to neutral most of the time. So if you're looking, yeah, maybe, you know, on the weekly, that's what you've been struggling with, this 5.4 cent area, this high. But above that, man, I still think it's 6.1 cents on the daily. But dang, dude, like on the weekly, though, shoot, dude, like nothing on the weekly till 9.2 cents, and above that, you can imagine, wow, 15 cents after 9.2 cents. So, yeah, you could definitely understand. It's trying to pivot. Sellers are exhausted on a significant time scale, and you know, 6.1, 9.2, and then 14.8 cents after that. Okay, Gunther, there you go. That's your weekly. That's your Hex. That's your request. Boom. Yeah, Loopring. Yeah. Loopring was another that was pretty crazy. Posted this patrons. Gave you a, oh, sorry, I don't even know where I'm on the wrong chart. Yeah, it clearly held a peak from September 2020, a Hola Valley from September 2021, not once, but really twice, thrice, 4, 5 times, my God. And it's just butting up against the resistance where if it ever broke 48 cents, you could, I mean, literally almost 100% chance. Almost 100% chance based on history that it goes straight to 62.970 cents, right? You can see it. That's all it ever does, whether it breaks it or not. Yeah, but like when it hits this level and holds, it goes to that level. And I'm talking every single time except during the worst parts of the bear market we've been in, where there was just such a lack of demand on the way down, it had to collapse one more time. So I'm just saying, fine, if you don't care about that or you don't believe the historical price action, then whatever. Then just say then, for sure, 56 cents if it breaks 48 cents. That's it. That's where it goes. So that means upside potential breaking out, which it hasn't yet, but it's on the cusp. You have breakout watch on LRC right now. You have about 18% upside minimum, and then most likely 30 to 31% upside after that. Okay, that's your loop ring. Not bad, man. Up 11%-ish. Was up more. Was trying to break out, but you can't break out when Bitcoin pulls back from $23,400 to $23,100 that fast. Yeah, dude, I got malaria, man. In the Mississippi River, dude. We got 8 minutes till your weekly and daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks so much for being here, because you could be doing anything. And yep, I think that was the last one that met the minimum criteria for a request, right? I know that Tyler was less than $2 off, but again, if I like start making exceptions, then all of a sudden someone starts tipping 11, then 9, then 7, then 5, then 3, and it's just like, where does it end, man? I can't make exceptions. It's just a rule in the minimum. So that's it. That's your loop ring. And then there are others out there, man. Dude, look at this. I can't even believe I found it. It's such a joke coin, but it's kind of crazy at the same time. PNT. Look at your weekly. Some of y'all will care. Some won't. Bullish divergence. All-time lows, but got back above the all-time low from October 2020, and then has successfully broken it, back tested it, and is now bullishly engulfing. 7 minutes till this is confirmed on the weekly. And understand the upside. Down, up, down, up, down. Why not up? It could go to 58 to 60 cents again if this is real life. If what it's doing here, and it could be in a long-term downtrend after hitting 58 cents. Right? You just gotta understand the price action's doing this. The price action, look, the back test of spring, Larry. It's pretty cool if you ask me. May not be cool to you, but I think this is awesome. It's just a nothing burger scam coin that's doing some amazing technicals right now. Whew. 6 minutes, dude. Running out the clock at this point, My God. Okay, so there were others out there, I was gonna go into them. So, like, for instance, we had some very significant stuff developing on a few coins like XLM. Partial decline confirmed. 70% chance of a breakout yesterday, and the breakout is beginning. It's going to be your highest daily candle close since June 25th. So whatever, but and it's really kind of struggling. Bitcoin pulls back. Sorry, XLM can't really excel, but I understand. Thin order books, man. A lot of up and down here. So 14 cents will be your target. It looks even better on the 4-hour. It's gorgeous on the 4-hour, right? But I mean, that's what I'm talking about. The range began June 15th, right? You sold off, then you made your high. There you go. There are your two data pieces, and then everything correlates after that. So up or down, and then up, and then down, up, down, right? So you have made the partial decline. Like very high probability of breakout occurs. Barring acts of Bitcoin just collapsing, and we go into death spiral, but. From here, from the breakout, if it's a real breakout, it could be a fake breakout, it could be a double top. It sure could happen, man. No demand, whatever. It breaks down. There's 30% chance it doesn't break out still. So you got 15 to 18% upside from here on XLM if this is real, right? Sorry. So breakout watch on XLM. There are other breakout watches. Well, Theta broke out already. Theta broke out, right? 70% chance of a breakout the date of August 5th. Upthrusted, pulled back. You just merely back tested the high from May 14th as support, and then you started running. But the run has been kind of, you know, weaker because the macro and Bitcoin pulling back like that kind of affect everything in this market. But just understand your price action. Please understand your price action above 158, chat. 240 most likely. If not, then 227. My God. This is it. That's all you get, dude. So it could go to 240 and be still very much bearish. It could go to 372 and still be very bearish long term. It comes up, makes an 886 from the previous highs to lows, full reset, and then collapses later. You know, so I'm just saying, where you are, ignoring this, I just don't know what to tell you, man. Like, hopefully this stream gives you some value. If it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you, man. If this isn't like me trying to provide you, the viewer, with some value, then maybe I just should hang it up, because like this is pretty good stuff right now. For now, the breakout on Theta, the breakout watch on XLM, and then the breakout confirmed on Zcash, and now attempting the back test of the breakout on Zcash. As you can see, issue with it being bearish divergence here, so it could be an upthrust, it could be a failed attempt of a breakout, and you know, I think you're okay till you start falling below 68.69 cents. That's the beginning of the range, right? You're above it right now, but it's not having a good time with Bitcoin pulling back, you know, like it did so the past hour and a half. Zcash, okay, on the thumbnail because doing things. Another one that broke out and back tested its breakout is Monero, and a really, really cool uptrend too on the 4 hour. Really like this channel here. And anything above 145, 154 safe for more upside on XMR. Okay. A lot of upside potential if it stays above this long enough.
Appreciate the stream, Mitch. My family going through the motions too. DoorDash and Grubhub on speed dial.
Thank you, Beach Jedi, man, for the 1776 contribution, man. Thank you so much, dude. Got it. Yup. This stuff happens, man. I'm not even complaining. But I do feel like bad, so I'll just tell you. Yeah, physically feel bad. Mentally feel amazing, man. Kind of upset that it happened with such a good little trip I've had. It's been amazing, except for this. So. There you go, man. That's your Monero that also broke out. So maybe we look on the weekly if you want. And can y'all tell me the weekly price action? What happens on Monero when it breaks 164 or holds above it and for a while? Like, what happens? Can someone tell me, since we have engagement today? What happens, dude? I forgot. I'd like to know what you have to say. Y'all run the stream for a second while I collect my thoughts. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? Doesn't mean it's going to happen. It never does. But it is always intriguing when you know what a level is and you look at the price action correlation to historical levels, right? It's up, down, up, down, up, down, and then up, down, and then up, and then not all the way straight down that one time, but up, and then down, and then up and down. It's like almost 100% chance that it does this. But again, it may not happen this time because the world's collapsing and everything's awful. But yeah, that's right. And people saying 292, that's what it has done. That's not what it will do. That's what it has done. Jesus chimes. A new week has been born. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Go back to it. Look on the 8s. And here it is, officially. The first bullish backtest. The first successful backtest of the 200-week simple moving average. Since breaking it last week, we've now confirmed it as potential support. That's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. And now here we are, chat. This is the new week. You just don't know. It could change. It could get bad. You start dumping. You start dumping. The negative Momo starts building again. It's like, oh, God, here we go. Bear market. But after this, finally, man, all these weeks, dude. Look, June or July 4th, it started to wane, and now finally hit the positive territory again. It's been too long, man, right? Too long. So you just got to wonder if this is going to be real, man. Are we going to build another histogram island like we have in the past, or is it just going to be a Rudy Poo loser like in April, in March? God. After being so devastated, hoping for 28.8 eventually, or at least 25K to hit that first target of the trade setup. My God, man. Give me a break. And Bitcoin can just go to 25K, maybe 28K. These altcoins are going to give you life-changing yields just so you can outrun inflation and keep up with how much they're going to tax you and audit you and ruin your life now. And that's the government. They don't represent your interests anymore. They represent themselves, and they're robbing the coffers, man. They really are robbing the coffers. And once they've destroyed what was built by the founding fathers, they're going to build back better all around the world, man. One world government to destroy us. Okay. Great. Yeah, Ed was posting, and I was like, is this real or is this just a mirage? Chat on the 4-hour. What do you think? I don't know, man. It could be bullcrap. It could be complete trash. And it turns into just dump. And it's like, okay, so it was a mirage. It wasn't real. Was Momo shifting after testing a December 2020 support? You know, was it real or was it a joke? I don't know. You just don't know, man. You don't know. Kind of in the middle of the channel right now. Not really at the... You're not oversold. You're not overbought. But dang, man, you tried to make a higher low this weekend. And you have held the support from not just June of this year, but again, looking left so you can see it. It's right here and on the 4-hour. You can clearly see what you tested and held. So not much price action yet. So a new week. Let's go to Ethereum on the weekly. Okay. Ethereum on the weekly, no breakout, right? No weekly breakout, just another love tap. 1729 is real life. It's not a joke. But we know if you break it, my God, we're going up 18%, 15 to 18%. Dang, man, please. Like, nice bullish engulfing candle, still completely active. That's still a real engulfing candle until it's not. And here's your 4-hour. That it wasn't as bad as it looked when we looked at it at the beginning of the stream. It came back a little bit. We wicked up somewhat. So you're just hoping that what's happening locally is like, you know, sell wall, sell wall, sell wall, and every time the selling happens or the buyers relent, more people own the asset than they did before, and we test it one more time. Boom, 1972 this week or something, right? That's what you gotta think could happen. It's just like, where's the massive rejection? You're not really getting the massive rejection. You did, and this was the 12-hour bearish divergence. This is something to think about, right? The 12-hour was showing massive bearish divergence here. It began to play out. It played out, but massively underperformed. So when something like the 12-hour bearish divergence underperforms, and you start rallying and you go test the same resistance you were at when it started developing, you got to know how weak the sellers are, the position they're at, right? Like the buyers kind of in control still for now. Long term, I don't think they will be. I think even if you go to 1972, it's going to be a tall order to break that. You probably won't, based on the long-term trend we're in. Oh, but I do think if you break 1730, we're going to see 1972, and that just means that some people can make some money speculating on Ethereum when it breaks that level. That's all that means, right? Sorry, dude, I'm kind of struggling, man. No breakout yet, but that's cool, dude. BNB on the weekly, just right there, man. This is where reaction should occur after such a nice run. All right, 886 in a long-term downtrend. This is the area where you react. It just hasn't yet, right? It hasn't yet, and will probably go higher if you got some price action from Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin's bullish back test of the 200-week simple moving average holds and you start catching some fall through this week off of that, then BNB is not stopping here. It'll probably go to 332 to 350, right? And catch a hop or something. Harmonic optimum price, right? Higher. But yeah, it's spectacular breakout on BNB and been up 50% in 28 days. Beautiful. So weekly for you, so you can see it. The highest weekly candle close since May 2nd. What a level to reverse. Whew. Ooh. All right, so those are your bigger ones. And again, just going back to one like Algo that I have an eye on, keen eye on, because of the development that has occurred just now. This weekly candle close. It was the highest weekly candle close since May 30th, confirmed. It was a first time, for the first time. You can see it. So many attempts, so many failures, so much time. Below 34.67 cents. This wick high from December 2019. But now, it is confirmed, broken. Very real. Bullish engulfing candle and bullish breakout. Confirmed. Now, of course, on the weekly, you could come and back test that level as support, since traders were never able to settle up above that level until now. So a back test would be in order. Who cares? You back test it, then moon after a successful back test, and a minimum target on the weekly of 46 cents, which doesn't seem like anything. Seems like a joke, dude. It's whatever. 29 to 90% upside. Okay, potential, right? Look what happened. Remember, if you're talking about going short now, even if it goes lower, you keep doing this. You keep shorting low, which is selling low, right? Keep shorting something after it makes a 90%, 88% retrace, is back tested and held key inflection points for 6 weeks, and is now broken above those levels for the first time with an engulfing candle. You go ahead, dude. You keep doing that. You keep shorting assets like that, and you tell me how it's going to play out for you long term. You'll be homeless eventually. Drone footage, dude. It's like I'm a desktop streamer, man. What is there to drone? Like, I can go on, I can go on like YouTube and get already droned footage, and I have 15 seconds to use their footage before it's copyright infringement. If I needed a drone guy, I would call you. I don't have a need for it. It would be needless, right? I mean, unless you could live stream the drone, but then I'd have to be like outside, and then it would be like we'd be using it every hour once. It just seems kind of, how would you utilize it, man? Let's look at Shiba. Yeah, why not, man? Let's look at it, dude, so the world can know there was evidence. of all of us putting our minds together. Yeah, it was kind of a lackluster end of the week, whatever. But dude, I'm just telling you, this is all the classic accumulation, thrice back testing the zone of inflection from history. It's crazy, dude. Straight down, up, down. This happens. It takes you, my God, how long has this consolidation structure been in development? It's been 89 days. Let's just say 84 days, 84 years, 89 years in crypto speak, right? It's above the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. It's above the 200 moving average on the 6 hour. It's above the 200 moving average on the 8 hour. Look at how its price action is correlating to these moving averages, not just the supports from history, but also the moving average. The moving average is starting to, you know, change its angle, right? It's beginning to ascend. How about the 12 hour? How about the moving average? So right at this 12 hour, and in fact, chat, broken the 12 hour 200 some moving average, and you've held it for the past couple days. So currently, 12 hour is support. Momentum is shifting, has shifted. Higher highs, higher lows consecutively going on since the beginning of July, locally. So all it's going to take, man, is just one day. And one day, you can't be that surprised about, oh my God, Shiba's up 40% in a day. What happened, man? No one saw this coming. Holy crap. Shiba Moon Boy is going to be entering the chat because the SEO marketing, there's panic searching for Shiba because it's in the thumbnail, it's in the title of the stream, and that type of stuff. Because it's just like, if you don't want to take a shot here, you would never take a shot, ever. You wouldn't go long. You just wouldn't, okay? This is your typical buy low, sell high stuff. Buy high, sell low. A lot of idiot retail scrubs did that, and they've been obliterated, and they're no longer market participants. They have capitulated, given up on the market, probably uninstalled their accounts. They're homeless, they're at McDonald's, they're working, and perfect time to grab a little Shiba Inu. One could, just because of what we know about deep, full resets, what we know about price action correlating to levels from history, and we can see multiple back tests. Instead of lows, lower lows, lowest lows, all of a sudden low, the higher low, the higher low, the higher low. Momo ship, man. Rooftop stream eventually. One day, man. One day we'll get a rooftop stream going from my place. Okay, you can just see, and there's just one more little level, which is kind of like, don't worry about this little guy, but it's here. I can just plot it. It's this one scam wick from May 24th, 2021. Right there. 1,200. Jeez, dude. 1,200 Satoshis. Or not even Satoshis. It's like 1/100,000 of a penny or something stupid. That's where you are. That's the price. It's touching that, testing it, love tapping. What are you doing, man? Absorb the supply, and then we can moon. Because there's nothing, like, after that, what is there, Larry? Nothing, dude. Well, I guess locally there's stuff, but you go from 1,200 and you go up to 1,300 or so, well, then you're in good shape. You're off your entry, which we're still kind of right around that entry level. It's a little bit lower than here, but you're right around it, man. It's like you have not missed the boat really yet on this. The price action will be most likely like this, right? If it does play out, you're gonna like not get a chance, dude. If you're not in waiting for this to play out or fail, you won't get a chance. Sorry, when the sun goes down, my exposure has to change. Okay. So in the new week, Bitcoin is back to $23,300. First time in 2 hours, man. Holy crap. Yes, we did Hex already. Yes, we did a kind of in-depth look at Hex. But Hex looks prime for higher prices because it's broken, it's held supports. A little bit of upside just based on, you know, some local stuff. But really, I mean, if we're looking at the weeklies, there may be a lot more upside, so. And here it is, man, the meme, the identification of Momo shifting on the 4 hour. Is it real or mirage? You gotta wonder, man. You got to wonder. Good. Oh, nice Cal Pepe emoji. Oh yeah, Adam's also great. I forgot, man. My bad. There's just been so much stuff. Yeah, Adam's solid. Adam broke this resistance that had been building at $11. He breached it. Just too much accumulation, man. The uptrend's beautiful. I mean, I think I have another chart, but I'm too sickly to even change it. It's been wonderful so far. How are we going with it like this? Yeah, that was it. It's fantastic, man. You know. The strength, you know, sellers unable to even push the asset to test the 200 again. That's strong, man. And now you're above the heart line and probably destined for 1240. 1240. Very, very good. I think that's one of the targets of the trade setup that was posted July 14th on that very historic, memorable false bearish breakdown Bitcoin had. That was the day I posted the bullish trade setup on Bitcoin on that failed bearish breakdown, because we know failed bearish breakdowns have consequences. They do, man. So you got some upside here on Atom, and not too much more, but I mean still about 8% upside till it tests the key inflection point, and above that's 1470. That's when things start getting spicy, very, very spicy, right? That's probably where you could be headed anyway, 1470. But if you're being conservative, you don't want to just ignore a level that was created May 16th, right? You want to regard it and understand it's there. So yeah, should be yellow. It's like ascending triangle behavior, and you broke out. Very nice. Ethereum running again for the inflection point. Let's go to it. Let's check it out, man. Nah, not really. I mean, it's getting there. It's getting there. But still got about $10 to go. So, yes, we are pretty much on breakout watch on Ethereum. Terminal accumulation on Ethereum, where it just, the buyers aren't giving up, are they? Yes, you tested it. But understand, like, you test this level on the last candle and you failed like that. That just means there's some supply left. And then if the bids start coming in and you start testing it again, understand, like, the buyers are there, man. They're not parting with their Ethereum yet, and more buyers are beginning to come in on the new week. And I'm telling you, you keep hugging this level after this price action beforehand, right? This is the price action before, and you'll break it, and it will be a solid day for Ethereum, because history tells us that is what would happen. Not my feelings, never my feelings. It's always the levels. Traditional technical analysis is all about the levels, and you're right here. You see what happens when you break that, and it's real, and it's not a fake out. Boom, 1972. But yeah, beating a dead horse on that, right? You run up, you test 1972, you hit the top of the confirmed rising wedge at that point if it sees a supply line, and then you could be setting up for a massive drawdown, you understand, later. But we're not there yet. We're not at that. We don't even have a rising wedge per se, because you don't have 5 touches. You only have 4. So getting close. And speaking of, why not, let's go to Ethereum to BTC. That was, you see this very interesting chart here. Very interesting chart. As you see, it tested the supply line again. August 6th, I posted this in the Patreon. And how about that, man? What kind of respect are you receiving here? It's gorgeous. So pivot, and maybe you're going to test the supply line again, while Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin a little bit more. Pretty interesting chart here, isn't it? Yep. It's at its highest. Oh, what's the weekly on this? The weekly. Oh my goodness, man. Highest weekly candle close since May 2nd on Ethereum to Bitcoin. What a beautiful bullish back test, keeping the long-term uptrend intact. Breaking back inside this channel, very nice. Even back tested it for 2 weeks. Pretty cool, man. So if you say you get rid of that, because whatever, that too, you think that weekly-wise, probably 7.7 to 8 million Satoshis again, right? It kind of reminds me of what Ethereum to the US dollar did recently on the 4-hour. Let me show you. Remember you saw that, okay? Now then you look at this. Does it not look like that kind of? Like this was the weekly on Ethereum to Bitcoin, and it sold off, it pivoted and rallied, right? So, pretty cool. All right, man. All right. Been a good stream. Been live hour and 17 minutes. If you're enjoying it, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Close enough to a breakout watch on Ethereum. Keep your alerts set up above 1728.88. That's when you hear the beep, you know that Ethereum will be testing or breaching a critical level from history where it's almost 100% chance it runs to 1950 to 1970. But yeah, that hasn't happened yet, so it may not, man. It's all about levels and price action if there's enough demand to break above these key levels where there is certainly supply. Certainly supply. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in and stopping by, and appreciate the contributions, the likes, the love, the support, all of it. Wish me well, and hopefully you're now more aware of where we are in crypto, despite what the index funds do. Yes, they will ruin the party. Bitcoin will ruin the party for these alts, but at least we are near inflection points. Some have broken out, some are back testing breakouts. But will we get the follow through? That is yet to be seen on most of these coins. So pay attention. Have your alert set up. Till next time, respect the TA. Thanks, Beach Jedi, man. Thanks for 420, man. King.
Chip.